spent a bunch of time talking about this deck. I should have been recording all of what I was just talking about, but that's fine. We could play like 30 minutes of this deck and see if we can, how well we can do. And then I think I'll move on to Streets of Rage. Which, if you're a fan of old school beat 'em ups, I suggest you stick around with and check out, because it's a very, very fun game. So GEBIRGSJÄGER is just a really strong 2-drop. I'll probably keep this. You don't want to keep Air Blitz in your openers. He's playing a mid-range deck. I like Amphibious Assault to eat his FLAMMPANZERs or potential follow-up guard units if he's playing the German-Japanese one. But we can usually, you usually want to find a really, really solid 2-drop. Plus, I would like to find Encirclement with this, so I think I'm okay throwing this whole hand back, minus the GEBIRGSJÄGER. And there's our Encirclement, and we got a 1-drop anyway, so you really want to be playing threats or using your, you really want to be using your resources every turn with this deck. So turn 1, you definitely want to see a threat, even if it means we're not going to operate it for the next few turns. Because our next few turns are definitely GEBIRGSJÄGER, move it up and circle it. And then we have Blitzkrieg here actually to deal a ton of damage. So we'll see if we get to do that. FLAMMPANZER from our opponent would ruin our day. That's not nearly as bad. There's an Amphibious Assault to deal with possible FLAMMPANZERs. I think... So I know we just talked about encircling. But because he's got that and he could like throw that plus Nebelwerfer one of our guys, I think we want to do something else with our turn perhaps. We could actually go... No, we don't have enough resources for that. What am I thinking? No, we probably just do what we said we're gonna do. If we had like the resources to kill this, I might save it because I wouldn't mind just saving this for the following turn to then deal 4 guaranteed. But ooh, there we go. Well, this was a great draw then. And yeah, we're definitely gonna hit that. Anything but our Blitzkrieg there was fine as a hit. Would have preferred it hit one of our FLAMMPANZERs, but we'll take that. He has a follow-up guard unit. That's unfortunate. But we have another Blitzkrieg. That's really good. I could play SDKFZ, move it up, Blitzkrieg. This will have enough power to one-shot this. Then we can deal a ton of damage to him. Then we're still left with a 4/4 he can't interact with. I think that's the plan. Now he's dead to Air Blitz off the top. Yeah, he's just dead to these Blitzkriegs then. Because we can. Ooh, double explosion. Oh, look at that. That's right, we have a daily quest to play, where is it? To get all of our, to play enough Blitz units, so this was perfect. I should have... This definitely should have been part of the plan. Oh, let me edit the stream title since we are playing a new deck. Sure. And aggro. Yeah, it's pretty satisfying getting to play aggro decks and running people down after facing greedy mid-range decks all day. Sometimes you just gotta run people down it's just therapeutic. Okay, I wonder if we're going to be playing a control player or if he's also aggro. Fortunately, most hands, most starting hands that this deck can have are good against both. So, like, this is a very good hand against aggro or against control. Looks like he's playing aggro. We're not going to waste time, though. We definitely want to make sure that we start, these encirclements start getting value. Kind of tempted to hit this. But no, I think we could just hit face. Yeah, I think Kriegsmarine or Bismarck are reasonable instead of fast Heinz for sure. Yeah, okay. This was definitely the reason to eat this last turn. Let's not double down on our mistake and just get rid of it. Because I figured if he had that card, he could have just killed one of our guys anyway, but he had two, so that was really bad. If he has another Type 93, that's going to be brutal for us. We also didn't draw any of our FLAMMPANZERs. We actually saw that we discarded one there. That would have been really nice to have, obviously, for one of our turns here. Just a good old... a good old aggro slugfest here. Okay, how we position our units is actually pretty important. Because he could have... he could have... What am I trying to say? He could have... Thingy. I think this has to go here on the edge. And this goes on the other edge. He had a good start hand. We made a slight error though, not killing the Type 93 when we had the chance. We'd be in a much better spot if I had done that. That is an insane draw though, unless he has Careless Talk. So unless he has Careless Talk in his deck, well, he's just dead. Definitely don't need that in a hand with this start. I like this because it's really good against Bloody Sickle and Katyusha. I might keep both of these though, but I might be wrong. I think we want to fish for something better. So I think I'm gonna toss that back. Maybe I'm supposed to toss this back too, since I found a 34th. That's probably true. Just want to find stronger follow-ups like this or this. Probably gonna see Awoken. Okay. So do I want to be resource efficient or do I want to just get this down? Because we saw a Woken Giant from him, I think I just want to get that down. Start applying pressure with them. Because these definitely get worse the longer the game goes on. It's annoying, but not the end of the world. Do I kill it with the SDKFZ? So he doesn't get 2 triggers from it? Because it's gonna heal 3 for him no matter what. I think Oh, I see. Okay. I was like, what's his plan here? Yowza. So play that out, do this. Get rid of the one that's got... Okay. Come back, opponent. I wanted to kill you. Playing this deck is like a double-edged sword sometimes. It's like you want to play with fun blitzy units, but then when you have like cool draws like that, your opponents just concede, so you don't actually get to play with them. Such a tilt. I think we keep the FLAMMPANZER because he's probably playing some annoying thing that deals with what we got going on. I think I want to throw back at least 2 of the other 1-drops. I'm definitely keeping these 2 in hand, though. Maybe it's these 2, actually. Although, powering up one of our guys could be really valuable. 33rd Recon's also like a must FLAMMPANZER threat from our opponent, too. Because it gets to draw a bunch of cards. I don't know, it's close. Once again, I'm probably just supposed to throw back all of these. The chances of us finding another 1-drop are pretty high. Okay, that's okay 1 to 2. We could also play this out. Opponent didn't have a 1-drop, so our FLAMMPANZER keep was... I mean, I think it's still right to keep it. Wow, U375, that's not something I've seen in a while. With that play, that makes me really want to play the 22nd Infantry here, because I guess opponents likely be playing Nebelwerfers, I suppose. Yeah, let's just get this down under a Careless Talk or From the Deep. It's probably better. Here comes the FLAMMPANZER, I assume. No, he was targeting our guy. Amphibious Assault, okay. Now I think we 22nd. If we play this, we give him a FLAMMPANZER target, but I mean it's resource efficient, and if he's playing FLAMMPANZER, it's probably all he's doing on his turn, so I think I'm okay with that. This is a really good card in this matchup. They don't have a ton of guard units. Okay, our opponent's playing a bit of a brew, it looks like. Good for them. Kind of interested to see what else he's got. I think I play out both infantry, move this up, hit face. Oh, okay, opponent's just... Something off meta, I guess, is the best way to describe it. Like, like that deck we just played earlier was kind of a brew, right? I was experimenting with US and UK in a deck, US UK air units, and seeing like if that combination felt good. It didn't, but I mean, yeah. So a brew just usually means something off meta. And the reason I say that is because U375 is not something you normally see, and then on top of that, our opponent was playing the Smokescreen Bomber, which is like, I haven't seen that card in like a year. So our opponent was definitely trying something experimental there. This is the Japanese aggro player we played before, right? Would I rather draw or play the Panzers? I could also just Blitzkrieg. That's probably not right. Blitzkrieg for 10? That's okay, but we're probably going to be able to Blitzkrieg for 10 at some point anyway. That's nice. Even if it is only going to clean up, you know, this after it kills us with like a Type 93, I still think that's okay. Sure. Double Blitzkrieg in hand means I just wanted a high density of units in the front line. Could eat that with the FLAMMPANZER, shoot, play this, and then next turn do stuff with the Panzers. Could also just play double Panzer now. We have this though. Yeah, let's do that. Two turns from now, if we have an infantry unit, we can play both of these out, put them in the front line in Blitzkrieg, do a ton of damage. Wow, our opponent does not have infantry in hand. Are they... I could deal 10 for sure. That's not that appealing. No, I guess it is. Kind of want to kill that though. This is tricky. Yeah, we just do this, right? Because we have enough resources to... Like, this puts them to 2, and then they're just dead to this. Yes, for sure. The original version of the deck had a couple copies of that guy in it, but there's just so many other... There's just so many other good unit choices that it's hard to justify putting them in. But there are definitely versions of the deck that kind of run extra copies of them as kind of like Sorry, they run copies of those cards as kind of extra copies of this, of the 35T. Because 35T is great if you have an infantry on the field, but if you don't, then the Blitz tank, then the flak, whatever it's called, is just... Where are we here? So we can talk about it more clearly. This is just like, it's only hitting for 1 less, but it's always got an operation cost of 0. It was just hard to justify in the deck because we have enough infantry to enable our Panzer 35T, and just having a higher density of blitzy tanks didn't feel necessary I guess. I'd rather be, I guess, quote unquote, a little more mid-rangey, and be able to deal with what other decks are doing, rather than be super linear and just play those out. But you definitely could do that. Like, if you want it to be an all-in Blitzkrieg aggro deck, you could like take out these FLAMMPANZERs and put those tanks in there. But I felt like we had enough German tanks that made our fast HEINZ and our Blitzkriegs worth it. And for reference, the deck has, what is that, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, that's plenty of tanks to justify having fast HEINZ. Especially because we also have Encirclement, which is sometimes hitting them too, so... For my money, you want to have at least a dozen fast tanks in your deck to justifiably run fast HEINZ. I mean, if you're just using fast HEINZ to like buff your German tank units and you're like more of a mid-range deck, I guess that's okay too. But it's not real. That's not really where you want to be. You want to. You really want to be trying to get the value out of your fast HEINZ by like buffing a bunch of tanks and getting at least some value of what you're buffing. You know, just in case the enemy has like a follow-up sweeper or something like that. Yeah, I would say that's the ballpark number that I've, through just like experimentation and experience, has felt good to me. Facing Drogier. I think I'll throw back these two, looking for a stronger... just looking for... Yeah, that is good. It's unfortunate. We would have liked to have drawn that next turn. Damn you, 34th. Could play this out for resource efficiency. I think I will. Because if we get another Blitz unit off the top, if he plays like the Albacore to pin this, might have enough to... He's going with that. Interesting. Huh. Kind of awkward. Like, do we just get value off of the Blitzkrieg now because we have these in hand? I mean, he's running Britain though, right? Like, the chances of him having a guard unit is high. So like, how much damage do we expect Comet to do? But yeah, him going for that made this draw a lot worse. I'm now wondering... No, I think we just gotta go for it and be resource efficient. Probably also has healing in his deck, so this ended up not being a very great hand. Like, these were pretty bad draws. Definitely gonna finish off this unit with this if we have the chance. Yeah, just continuing to get kind of awkward draws. Okay. Let's do this. If he doesn't play a guard unit, we'll Comet. Although there's a good chance we just get Wolfpacked and Panthered out of the game from here on out, actually. Definitely a possibility. So I could move all these guys forward, fast HEINZ. We can only hit with one of them, but if we don't do that now, we're just never getting the front line back. So I guess that's what our game plan is this turn. Yep, Drogear's a long time player. Ooh. I think we just force him to have the guard unit. And if he does, maybe he also doesn't have healing and we can Panzer IV into our... okay, that means he's looking for a guard unit. Alright. That's game. Maybe we'll do one more. Yeah, we're the champions now. No, we gotta beat Gearbot to do that. Yeah, our deck, I mean, British definitely has the tools to deal with what our deck has going on. But, you know, his hand wasn't the greatest, but ours wasn't as well, so I don't know, we definitely have ways to deal with that. I kind of like this 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's do that. And then we just get the encirclement. We've been running really hot with the turn 1 34th into turn 2 encirclement today. Holy smokes. Okay, well, we're not going to do that this turn. I was going to just run out the 22nd infantry just to use our resources for the turn, but let's do that instead. Huh. I think we still do this. Then move that up and hit face. It's actually the second player, if I'm not mistaken. So a while back, the devs published a kind of win rate chart graph analysis. I can't quite remember, and for the last little bit, as it currently stands, the second player wins slightly more often than the first player in cards, but it's like a 51 to 49% or even less than that. So the game is actually pretty balanced as far as the first player second player thing. But yeah, there's always going to be a it's never going to be perfectly balanced, but that's actually pretty damn good. I'm perfectly fine with a 1% discrepancy. as certain decks and certain cards, you know, as more decks are added to the game, and you know, other changes are made and occur, that the pendulum could swing slightly in the other direction. So we'll see when the time comes. Huh. I could Panzer, duplicate it, fast HEINZ both of them, shoot with one of the Panzers. Alternatively, what could I do? Do I want to try to get more value off of the fast HEINZ and try to like hit more guys? We're drawing so many flipping cards. I feel like we could save it. Maybe, no. Could we? Maybe. The good news is we're going to get to continue to draw more cards. So rather than play out both FLAMMPANZERs, which I know is definitely a line we could take, I think I'd rather draw a card and then also kill this at the same time. There's a good chance he has more things for us to FLAMMPANZER down the line. So I'd rather get just like squeeze as much value off of this 22nd Infantry. This one's drawn us 3 cards already. The other one drew us 2. So that's pretty good. Actually, the other one drew us 2 and 8-2 damage for us, so. Okay. Okay. Our opponents had enough. Well, I think I will end it there, and we're gonna switch over to a different game at this point, ladies and gentlemen. But for reference, that deck took us from about 80 to 40 within 30 minutes. So like that's pretty good. I think that really shows off the strength of the deck. No, we didn't. We went undefeated with that deck. That was like 7-0 or something like that. So yeah, if you're looking for something reasonably aggressive and consistent and very good at grinding the ladder, look no further than Japan Blitz. The Japanese cards really add a lot to this deck. They really fill out the curve and give us something. Like, this is just the best one drop in the game currently. So any aggressive strategy that you're looking to employ probably should involve this card. It just pairs so well with cards like Encirclement and Panzer 35T, and it's just an all-around nasty card to have to deal with because of that third point of defense. So yeah, I like this deck a lot. It's really fun. I've always enjoyed running people over with blitzy German tanks and fast HEINZ. You know, which is one of my favorite cards in the game, and then the new Adler command vehicles slots perfectly within this archetype, and so I'm glad that there's a strong deck that lets me play with those cards now. So let's